In an age of scrolling screens and shrinking attention spans, one might wonder whether book culture is nearing its twilight. The growing dominance of digital platforms, the explosion of audiobooks, and convenience of e-readers like Kindle and Kobo seem to have eclipsed the traditional printed word. But the story isn't one-sided. From bustling bookstore aisles to vibrant online reading communities, physical books continue to enchant readers across generations. This visual explainer seeks to unpack the complex evolving reality of book culture, examining its current state, digital challenges, the rise of indie voices, and the surprising resilience of ink and paper. When the COVID-19 pandemic brought the world to a standstill, it also forced people indoors into their homes, their minds, and often back into the pages of books. Reports indicate that reading surged during lockdowns. According to The Guardian, genres like thriller and crime fiction experienced a sharp rise in consumption, offering readers both escapism and intellectual engagement. The Times of India reported a 30% increase in bookstore sales post-pandemic in Bengaluru alone, suggesting a broader revival of reading habits. However, this resurgence carried a dual narrative. While physical book sales rebounded, digital formats didn't lag far behind. E-books and audiobooks became convenient alternatives, especially as physical supply chains were disrupted. Articles on Medium argue that although the pandemic reignited interest in reading, it also accelerated the digital transformation. Data from publishing industry analysts shows steady growth in e-book subscriptions and audiobook platforms.
देखिए ऑनलाइन और उसका मोबाइल का फ़र्क तो है इंटरनेट के ज़माने में, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। बुक फेयर्स और मॉल और जितने वैसे आउटलेट्स हैं वहाँ तो बाहर जा रहा है, लेकिन लोकल मार्केट में पता नहीं क्यों बाहर नहीं जाना पसंद करता। ये पिछले 2-3 सालों से ट्रेंड देखा गया है, नहीं तो पहले लोग जाते थे और ख़रीदारी करते थे। देखिए प्रिंट मीडिया कभी जो है ख़त्म तो नहीं होगा, ये तो तय। उतार चढ़ाव लगता है, हर 10 साल बाद चीज़ें बदल जाती हैं। आज डिमाई का ज़माना है, कल कुछ और होगा, परसों कोई। जैसे लोगों का टेस्ट होगा वैसे किताबें विलुप्त नहीं होंगी। और देखिए होता क्या है कि सबसे बड़ी बात क्या है, प्रिंट मीडिया कभी भी विलुप्त नहीं होगा, चलता रहेगा। हाँ ये है कि टेस्ट बदलेंगे लोगों को। जैसे पहले था टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल आदमी करता था, आज आदमी टेक्नोलॉजी आदमी का इस्तेमाल करती है। तो मेरा ये संदेश है युवाओं को भी, टेक्नोलॉजी के दास न बने, टेक्नोलॉजी को खुद इस्तेमाल करें।
The publishing world is undergoing a kind of democratization. Gone are the days when a handful of major publishing houses dictated what reached readers. Today, self-publishing platforms and indie publishers have ushered in a new era of authorship. According to Writer's Digest, indie publishing has matured over the past 25 years into a legitimate force, allowing voices that might once been overlooked to find their niche. In India, the literary landscape is particularly vibrant. From the poetic narratives of Meena Kandasamy to stirring prose of Anukriti Upadhyay and Avni Doshi, a new wave of Indian authors is gaining recognition. Articles from Frontline and Quora highlights how these emerging voices are reshaping contemporary Indian literature, often bypassing traditional marketing routes and connecting directly with audiences through blogs, newsletters, and social media. For many of these authors, physical book remains integral, not just as a medium but as a symbol of legitimacy and legacy. For readers, especially in India, holding a debut novel by a new author offers a visceral sense of discovery, something a downloaded file rarely replicates. On a platform once dominated by lifestyle bloggers and fashion influencers, book lovers have carved out an aesthetically curated, fiercely passionate corner. The Bookstagram phenomena blends Instagram visual allure with the depth of literary conversation. Through well-staged flat-list creative reels and themed reading challenges, influencers like Saheli Chatterjee, Anchal Rani and Kitabi Cabins are reimagining the way books are promoted. These influencers are not just sharing what they read, they are reshaping how books are discovered and discussed. Posts tagged with #Bookstagram have garnered millions of entries, reflecting a community built on visual storytelling and authentic connection. what it is about a physical book that continues to captivate readers. Beyond mere nostalgia, there is a sensory richness, the feel of turning a page, the scent of paper, the visible progress through a story. According to School News, physical books enhance comprehension and retention, particularly among young readers. The tactile experience engages the brain in unique ways, fostering deeper emotional and intellectual connections with the content. Local bookstores, community libraries, and reading cafes also play a crucial role. These aren't just commercial spaces, they are cultural hubs. Literary festivals, author meetups, and book donation drives serve as a defense against cultural amnesia. The convenience of digital reading is undeniable, especially for commuters, travelers, and students, but many still turn to physical books for a deeper, more immersive experience. Book culture takes many forms around the world. In Japan, manga cafes continue to flourish as vibrant reading hubs. In France, book vending machines are popping up in train stations and public spaces. In Iceland, the tradition of gifting books on Christmas Eve is a national celebration of reading. These examples illustrate how, despite universal challenges, the responses remain uniquely rooted in local culture. Independent bookstores across country are not just surviving, they are innovating. Some offer curated subscription boxes, others host poetry slams and intimated community gatherings. These spaces are reinventing themselves as cultural sanctuaries. So is book culture truly in decline? The evidence suggests otherwise. Rather than fading, it is evolving and perhaps even thriving in unexpected ways. While screens compete for our attention, the printed word continues to cast its spell. The resurgence of physical books, the rise of independent authors, and the vibrancy of online reading communities all point towards a culture in flux, not one in retreat. Book culture is not a casualty of age. It is a testament to human adaptability. Physical books are not just surviving, they are being reimagined by new voices, platforms, and passionate communities. Whether inked on a paper or lit on a screen, stories will always find their way to readers. And as long as that bond exists, the culture of books will continue to thrive, one page at a time.